So I want to show y'all a visual representation of an analogy that Laura gave me a few weeks back, especially when it comes to dealing with how sometimes we feel like we're ready to step into our purpose. We're ready to do the things that God has called us to do. At the same time, just because, you're not ready to do the things that God's called you to do, doesn't mean that that's not your purpose. So we're going to be using water, Play-Doh, I don't have clay, a mug, and a bowl, and a spoon, because getting Play-Doh out with my nails ain't going to cut it. So first thing I want to show y'all is we're going to be using Play-Doh, right? So let's get this out. Get the other one out. So what does this Play-Doh represent? Well, first and foremost, I don't have clay, so this is what it's going to be used. But this Play-Doh represents us, how we are currently, going through the molding. We're currently getting shaped into what we're supposed to be. We're getting shaped into how God has called us to be. We're getting sanctified. We're getting cleansed. We're going through a lot of different things, right? So we're getting pinched and prodded, and we're going to try to turn this thing into a little something real quick, Let's see if I can get it there. I want to use my All right, so we're going to use the other one. I'm going to use like half of this. So before we are even born, God already knew what's in our womb. Not in our womb, and when we was in the womb, right? So during this time, he already saw how we're supposed to be shaped. He already saw how we're supposed to be and everything. He already saw that during this time, my audio zoinks out, but I was saying that he already saw that we were supposed to be mugs. And of course, during this time, because this mug is made of clay or Play-Doh, it is not yet ready to be filled with water. Matter of fact, let's just try it. So if we try to put water right now into this little mug. All right, so I put a little too much. It did hold it. At the same time, the inside isn't able to actually hold the water. Like if you try to drink this right now, you will be drinking like pieces of Play-Doh will be getting into your mouth because it's not ready to be used for its complete purpose, right? So what happens? That piece of, not even that piece, but that clay, that Play-Doh that is shaped into that mug, what happens? It goes into the fire. I remember back in high school, in art class, we made things out of mug and we shaped it, we pinched it, we did so many different things. And then when we was ready, we put it into the fire. We had it in there baking and stuff like that. That's the whole pruning process. That's the whole thing. Stuff like, Lord, get me out this storm. And he's like, I'm sitting in the boat with you. Like, we don't got to get out this storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here with you. We so quick to want to get out the fire, but a lot of us, we need to go through the fire to go through the hardening and everything. And then guess what? It comes out, right? And let's just say this is hardened, right? So now it's hardened, but it's still not ready yet. Why is it not ready? It's hardened. Yeah, but now you got to decorate it. This is where we get our own personalities from. He's like, I don't need you to be like robots. I don't need you to act like other Christians. A lot of us as Christians, we don't got no personality. We can't be funny, that we can't, be goofy or, have our own personality wise, as long as it's not coming against the character of Christ and everything. But this is where we're getting painted. We're getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We adding in some little pizzazz. We're adding in some paintings here and there until once that is done and it is dry, we can finally become the mug. Now with this mug, we can now actually put water into it. It can now serve its purpose. But when it was this piece of clay, when it was this piece of Play-Doh, it didn't, the fact that it wasn't ready yet didn't mean that it was never going to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like it had to go through its process and everything. And sometimes as believers, we feel like, well, how is this person already doing this and this for the kingdom? And they got this stage and that stage and on this platform, that platform. Because for a lot of us, they're already here. But for a lot of us as well, we're still in that pruning stage, because let's just be real. We sing things like, you provided fire and I provided sacrifice, and burn me, Lord, and do this and that. But we don't want to go through it. We don't want to go through it. So for a lot of us, our seasons of pruning and going through the fire is taking longer because we refuse to go through the fire. But that's the only way to get to this spot. And that's only to this point we actually be able to be used to do the purpose of call to do. What is our purpose? Everybody's purpose in the body of Christ is to share the gospel. Yes. But everybody's avenue is different. It's not going to always look the same. Every mug is not going to look the same. This one right here is blue. Live United, United Way. You know what I'm saying? I got one in the cabinet right now that's black. Each one is different. Each one looks different, but the purpose is still the same. The purpose is to share the gospel. So you may be sitting there wondering, like, okay, what does that look like for me? What is my avenue in sharing the gospel? Because some people, it is working at McDonald's. It is being working for the sanitation place. It is being a boss. It is owning your own business. It is doing this and that. It may just be watching kids. Whatever that is. Even though God has told you this thing 4 or 5 years ago, that doesn't mean like, well, did I do something wrong? No, go through the process. And then when the times come, you'll be able to hold your water.